Good evening, everybody. This your boy Isaiah coming to you again from Buckles Locker. Subscribe to the channel, like the channel, share all the videos. Make sure you hit the notification bell icons and notify you all new videos that's posted on this channel. We want to do a locker room discussion, on Friday. I haven't talked to y'all in about a week. Figure out popping here on a Friday. Everybody getting off work. I know y'all probably wondering why Buckles Locker haven't said anything in about a week. He hasn't said nothing about the draft or nothing. Well, here I am today. We're gonna talk about the draft, my draft grade, and have a discussion about the draft class and what y'all think about it. I've seen a lot about it, so you know, we're gonna have some fun on Friday. And I'm open up the locker room for a little bit. Have some good conversation. Let's have a good time. Shouts out to all the Pirate Sea Bandits, Haitian Boy 407, Damian Street, Don Breezy, You Wish, and everybody else that support this channel. Shout out to the Twitter followers. Not many, but Facebook over 1,000 followers. That's cool. That's great. But the draft has been done for a week. And I kind of figured I'd make a video. What up, Daz Beats? I kind of figured I'd make a video and talk about it. What's up, Young Deezy? Everybody's making their comments about, I've been around and other fan bases have made their comments about their draft classes and, and some good insight on the draft classes. I watched pretty much all 31 other teams discussions about their draft classes or came across discussions. And I figure I got to make one about the Bucs as well. It wouldn't be right if Buckles Locker don't speak on, the Bucs draft class. And for those of you that joined me on the live stream on day 1 and day 2, I had a great time, especially on day 1. 6 hours long. 6 hours. What's up, Don? Bucks for life, Mom for Christ. So let's get to it. I'm not going to take long. For those of you that watched my live streams on day 1 and day 2, you kind of got an idea where I'm heading with this already. But so let me go ahead and start out and give an overall grade on the class, and then I'll just get in details on why I did it. So the Bucs, they had 8 picks total, 2 round 2s, a round 3, 2 round 4s, a round 5, round 6, and a round 7 round pick. And overall, from my opinion, I'm gonna say a C plus. You could throw a B minus, but I'm gonna say a C plus, and I'm gonna tell you why. There's nothing against Jason Light, but I'm just, in my opinion, you don't have to like it, but I'm just saying C plus, B minus up in there, and I'm gonna break it down. I'm not gonna take long. But the best pick in this draft class was Logan Hall. The perfect. When I remember now, I said he was the best fit for the Bucs in this type of scheme. And the Bucs picked him, and I couldn't be. And we got him 6 picks later. We traded back and picked up picked up 2 extra picks to still get a first round talent. To me, that's a steal. The first pick in the 33rd and the 33rd pick and the first pick in the second round, teams were calling about that pick, and the Bucs stood firm, and that was the last guy they had on their board they really want at that time in that range. They figured they can get the guy. Look, I'm gonna stand by this. I believe they wanted Jermaine Johnson. That's just my personal opinion. They really wanted Jermaine Johnson, but the Jets jumped up in front of us and picked him. If you really want the guy, why not just get him? I didn't believe Jermaine Johnson was going to fall that far. But he did. And the Jets was like, and the Jets had a hell of a draft. Sauce, Garrett Wilson, and Jermaine Johnson all in the first round. All three are starters. And the Bucs sat there at 27. And when you saw the Jets trade up, nobody really knew what the Jets were going to do, but he was like, how is he still on the board? So I like what the Jets did. They was aggressive. They went and got the guy. And the minute the Jets did that, the minute the Jets draft Jermaine Johnson, what did the Bucs do? They traded back. What does that tell you, folks? Devontae Wyatt was on the board. Logan Hall was still on the board. Perrion Winfrey was on the board. Travis Jones was on the board. Logan Hall was on the board at 27. What did the Bucs do? Trade back 6 picks. Now, this can come back and haunt them, right? It could come back and haunt them by not drafting Devontae Wyatt or not being a little bit more aggressive to get Jermaine Johnson. Maybe they made some calls to get in front, to maybe go up and teams wasn't interested. I don't know. But the fact that they made it so obvious that they wanted Jermaine Johnson, like, you can't even tell me that they didn't want him, in my opinion. Like, when a player gets picked and then a team that picks next trades back, they got a really good offer, or the guys that they wanted are off the board, and the value at that point was like, well, we can go back, get a couple picks, and still get one of the guys. And then for them to come out and say, well, we got Logan Hall, and he was one of our 4 or 5 guys that we targeted. So, in other words, at pick 33, he was the last of the 4 or 5 guys they targeted at 27. Now, Devontae Wyatt could have slipped out of the first round, and they would have picked it. If he would have been there at 33, they would have got Devontae Wyatt. Let's just be honest. They would have picked him up. But they had an opportunity to get him at 27, and they didn't do it. But I did say this. Logan Hall was the best fit. I did say that. So, immediate starter. And Ndamukong Suh probably ain't coming back. Only emergency only. I don't think they need him. If they needed him, they would have signed him already. But he's sitting out there, and if injuries happen, Ndamukong Suh will be picked up. But I think that's pretty much, with the Joe Tryon signing draft last year, and then the Logan Hall pick, he's literally, there's no plans of bringing Suh back. So, folks, I'm going to need y'all to kind of let that go for a little bit. Like, I know some of y'all want Suh back, but as of right now, it's not in the plans right now. You know what I'm saying? Not in the plans right now. And you can keep hoping, but as of right now, they're not looking at him. They got Logan Hall. They got younger. Even though he had 6.5 sacks, those 6 sacks was very skewed. They came against bad teams with really bad lines. No offense to Ndamukong Suh, but sometimes numbers don't tell the whole story. And the Bucs knew they needed to get younger. They did it last year with Joe Tryon replacing JPP, and they did it with Logan Hall replacing Ndamukong Suh. They got some youth on that D-line, which I've been asking for years. And they finally did it the last 2 drafts. I don't know what took them so long to inject some youth, some top-tier talent on the D-line. I don't know what took them so long. A different regime. Arians, Bowles versus Dort Cutter and Mike Smith. Mr. I don't believe in sacks. See the difference? Tristan Wirfs. We get Tristan Wirfs under Arians' regime. We get Joe Tryon under Arians' regime. We get Logan Hall under Todd Bowles' regime. But if you go back and look at Dort Cutter and Mike Smith, Noah Spence, where's he at? Where's he at? Anthony Nelson? You got to build the trenches, man. So, but the second round pick was Luke Godecki, guard or tackle from Central Michigan, which I thought that was a reach. I I believe there was better players on the board. I didn't mind the position that they picked. I didn't mind that, but I think that I believe there were better players on the board. I mean, because Luke Goedeke, you know, not I don't hate the pick. They drafted the trenches again. I'm fine with that. D lineman, O lineman. I even said this in my pre build up. They can go D line, or D line, O line, and they went D line, O line, which I'm fine with that. But they were better players on the board at the time, at pick 57, that they could have used. They had better tape. I played against better competition. And I know the Bucs, they get so caught up in this small school or lower school type talent and build them up, which is fine. But sometimes you got to go with tape and production. And Luke Goedeke, he's going to play guard. He's going to play guard. He's not going to play tackle. He could. Now remember, Donovan Smith cap hit is pretty big, and they can find a way out of that contract. Then Luke Goedeke can go to left tackle, or they can move Tristan Wirfs to left tackle and Luke Goedeke to the right tackle. But as of now, you can kind of pencil him in as the starting left guard, because I know a lot of folks, they like Aaron Stinney. Oh, Aaron Stinney ain't played good, but he was undrafted, low ceiling. At least Luke Goedeke being drafted in the second round, that should tell you what they feel about Aaron Stinney. He's a backup guy. He's not a starter. So I know some of you guys hyped yourself up about Aaron Stinney, but he's not a starter. He's a spot guy. Long term, no way. Undrafted, no. It's a reason why you were undrafted. And not a lot of undrafted guys rise to the top. So you can say Luke Goedeke, if he can't beat out Aaron Stinney, a second round pick versus an undrafted free agent with a low ceiling, if he can't beat out Aaron Stinney and he don't get no burn this year, red flag. Because we know Logan Hall gonna play. He gonna get snaps. And then in the third round, they picked up Rachaad White. Now, look, I've seen some tape on him. Arizona State. He graded out pretty decent, but once again, I mean, there was better running backs, in my opinion, available with better tape, better competition. I'm not mad at the pick. And I did say the Bucs could get a running back in the third or fourth round, which they did. I'm not mad at them picking a running back, but I just saw better running backs on the board at that time. And remember, the Bucs picked Keyshawn Vaughn over a couple of running backs that are doing better or better contributing. And I got a feeling this draft, they did it again. They did it again. I got a feeling in this draft class, the running backs after Rachaad White, there's going to be about 2 or 3 of them that's going to be a better player, bigger impact, more carries, more yards. But I hope Rachaad White does good. I hope he does. He said he wants to be a starter. He said it. He coming in to start. Now, we know that ain't happening. But Keyshawn Vaughn, you on the clock. Because Rachaad White, I think he's better already. And I'm expecting Rachaad White to be the number 2 and contribute. I don't hate Keyshawn Vaughn, but I'm not a believer in that. I never liked that pick. I ain't going to even front you. I like the Rachaad White pick better than the Keyshawn Vaughn pick. Don't get mad at me, Keyshawn Vaughn fans. He ain't it. The Bucs picked him up in the third round for a reason. They picked Keyshawn Vaughn in the third round, and they picked Rachaad White in the third round. What does that tell you about Keyshawn Vaughn? Oh, the Bucs got Keyshawn Vaughn and Giovanni Bernard. So what? So what? So what? That pick tells you a lot about Keyshawn Vaughn. Not it. The staff ain't feeling him. Losing feeling in it. No, not happening. Then in the fourth round, they picked up Cade Cotton a tight end. We do need help at tight end. And Cade Cotton might be a hidden gem. I wish they would have got Trey McBride in the second round, but hey, it's all good. Cade Cotton, Washington, I get it. Big tight end, baby Gronk, right? There were some tight ends that they probably could have got, but I'm okay with that. Gronk probably gonna come back. Just taking his time. He's shaking his booty, twerking everywhere, and at partying and drinking. He said it'll take him 2 weeks to get football shape. Well, whatever he does to get ready in 2 weeks, whatever, man. I guarantee you, Gronk probably every bit of 280, 290 right now. But he says it'll take him 2 weeks to get in football shape. We know that it's not true. And then a second, fourth round pick, they drafted a punter. Not a lot of people like that pick. I looked at the comment section. They picked up Jake Camarda, a punter. And I understood why they did that. Bradley Pinion really didn't have a great season last year. $2.9 million the Bucs save against the cap. Or $2.7, $2.9 million. So I understood the pick when you break that pick down, but why use a pick on a punter in the fourth round? Like he trying to prove us wrong. Like that pick was clearly I know I drafted Roberto Aguayo, but I still want to pick a punter or kicker. I still want to draft a kicker. Now there was a couple others that got drafted. Now the punt guard, the Bucs, if they would have got the guy from San Diego State, the punt guard, okay, I get it because he was the nation's best punter. But I mean, he's not a bad punter, but fourth round, like, okay, a 6, 7 round pick, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we couldn't get one of those guys. Because I know you're trying to get rid of Bradley Pinion. So I understood the pick. Now remember that if you pay attention to what I'm saying, I understand the picks they're doing, but the player, there were better picks on the board in that position. Right? I understood the pick, getting the punter, bye Bradley Pinion, right? And people try to hype him up, but he had a bad season last year, or okay season. And they can save a lot of money by drafting a punter. They didn't probably need to draft him in the fourth round, but whatever. In the fifth round, a lot of people talk about this pick, Zion McCollum. I don't know. Now looking at the tape, I don't understand why he slipped so far. He slipped to the fifth round, and the Bucs picked him up in the fifth round. That is the sleeper pick. Every year, we always talk about a sleeper pick, right? Well, Zion McCollum is this year's sleeper pick. Like, he might be able to do something tall, really, really fast, raw, but got a nice little ceiling there if coached up right. But remember, he's a fifth round pick, so you hope he can play on special teams. And you're not hoping for him to be a starter because he has some flaws. Because if you have a lot of flaws, you don't get picked in the fifth round. I mean, if you have a lot of flaws, you get picked in the fifth, sixth, seventh round or undrafted. The first 3 rounds are very important. The fourth round is a lukewarm. You can catch a guy here and there. Once you get past the fourth round, you're crossing your fingers now. These are special team guys, depth guys, low ceiling. If they coached up right, they can get coached up and become a decent player. Sometimes excel at a higher level. But Zion McCollum is the sleeper pick for this year's class, right? I saw a little tape on him, and they picked up another tight end, Kokef. That was more of a depth thing, a blocking tight end. So I understand that. And in the 7th round pick, they picked up outside linebacker and Andre Anthony. So that round out the eighth pick. So in overall, C+. I'm gonna stay with C+. I just thought there were better players on the board from the 50th, from the second round pick. Now I understood the first second round pick. Logan Hall. I got that. That was perfect. I hate that. I got that on the nail. I got that on the nail. Boom. But if they could have doubled back and got another D lineman, they could have. They didn't. They drafted 1 D lineman in this draft class. Interesting. 1. Could have got a couple guys in the 3rd, 4th round. They could have picked somewhere in there, but they didn't. Interesting. One D lineman. That was the Bucs' weakness. I thought they would come out of the draft with 2. But they stuck with the trench. The first 2 picks were the trenches. So that's what matters in the overall scheme of things. I just hope Luke Goedeke turns out to be, better than, he got picked in the second round. A lot of second round guards pretty much played. So, yeah. Overall draft class grade, C+. Not totally impressed. I understood the picks as I broke it down. I just believe that there were better players on the board, even at the position that they picked at. I believe there was a couple of guards that were a little bit better. Running backs that was there available. Damian Pierce was there. James Cook went in the second round. The Bucs could have drafted James Cook with that second round pick. Nope. And then came back and got the guard in the third round. Look, James Cook gonna get some playing time. So, but there you have it. Buckles like a breakdown. Summarizing my grade. C+. Now, on the flip side, let's jump into another topic real quick. The schedule was not released. The opponents were released. Week 10, Seattle Seahawks. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say this. I'm going to give the Bucs the early dub. The early dub against the Seattle Seahawks in Munich, Germany. Week 10. Which is, November 13th, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8:30 my time. So I got to wake up early in the morning to see that game. Well, not early, but, I got to wake up Sunday morning, eat some breakfast, and get ready for the game, get set up and everything. I'll have a little different setup this year, but we'll wait till the season starts for that to happen. I'll have a different setup. It's over there. So you'll see. But it's played in Germany. Week 10, November 13th. It's a home game. So the Bucs will win that game. NFL was smart. You don't send a really good team over there for the Bucs to play, because you got a brand there. You got Brady going to Germany to build his brand. You don't want to send the Bucs over there against the Bengals, right? You don't want to send the Bucs over there against the Rams or the 49ers, or the Bills or the Chiefs, or the Ravens. That's not a good look. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's my summary of the draft class, and an early dub for the Bucs in Week 10, November 13th. Anybody going to Germany for the game? I mean, but anyway, I'm going to open up the locker room early, and we're going to spend the next 45 to an hour talking, and tell me what you think about the draft and what you think about Week 13 matchup against the Seattle Seahawks. I mean, they got weapons. They drafted Kenneth Walker Jr. in the second round. They got Rashad Penny and Chris Carson, so they loaded at a running back. They drafted they went to the trenches. They got weapons, Lockett and Metcalf, but they ain't got no quarterback. Drew Lock ain't gonna cut it. Geno Smith, what we doing there? And then Pete Carroll said they're not trading for a quarterback, so Baker Mayfield ain't going there. So I don't know what's in Seattle defense. I don't know. KJ Wright want to go back. They lost Bobby Wagner. They got Jamal Adams, but I think he's overrated. I stood next to Jamal Adams. He's not that taller than me. He about 5'10", 5'10" and a half. He's not that taller than me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, wow. He's stocky though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So one of my friends, that's his nephew. So hey, whatever. But let me open up the locker room and see what y'all say. Remember, make sure your mic is on, and make sure you don't have any background noise. Try to keep the background noise to a minimum. And try not to double watch me on YouTube and StreamYard. Try to, keep it reasonable. And try to have some headphones on too, 813 Sports. Oh yeah, shout out to the Tampa Bay Lightning. it's playoff time, baby. 813 Sports, appreciate the $2 super chat. Salute to you. Going to the Bulls game tonight. Those games always sold out, and I've never been to a hockey game. I need to get to one. I need to get to a hockey game. I need to put that on the checklist, right? I got to get to a hockey game. Not this year because the playoffs started, and I ain't finna fight for no playoff tickets because those things go like hotcakes. The Tampa Bay Lightning, for the third straight year, they in the playoffs. They won 2 titles in a row. They can three-peat. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. The locker room is open, folks. The link is in the chat room. Click on the link, and you will come, and I will put you in the locker room. What's up, Big Buck?
What up, man? Long time no hear, man.
Hold on a second. I can't hear you. Let me fix my stuff real quick. I thought I had it all set up, but it's Friday, man. It's not my fault. Let me tighten up real quick.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Let me see. Hold on. We'll get this figured out real quick. Yeah, what's up, buddy?
Not much, man. How you been?
Yeah, I'm good, man.
Yeah, I thought the draft was C minus. Going back and looking at it, I really did, I thought it was smart to trade out the first round. So when I initially saw that, I said, yeah, they're gonna address the defensive line with 2 picks. I just knew that was gonna be the goal. Like, okay, you got to address the trenches. So I'll give them that. But it was just too obvious to take a defensive tackle 5 technique. I knew we were gonna get that. And then I said, okay, you had so many other good defensive linemen sitting on the board, and you get a guard. So that just told me, okay, I guess they're still prioritizing to protect Brady. Mm-hmm. So that's what that told me. But I felt like that you could have got that guy in the 3rd round. Then the punter pick, I was just like, I honestly thought it was gonna go D-line, O-line in 4th round. I said they're gonna draft their favorite. They're gonna find a receiver, some kind of offensive skill player. That's what I really thought was gonna happen. They went and got a punter. So I mean, overall, I give it a C minus, somewhere up in there. Only time will tell to see how this draft works out. Can they, develop them, and can they pick up the playbook, and can they, make an impact? I don't expect it out the gate, but late in the season after they get over the 12, 13 games, maybe they'll be done picked up a little bit of the speed of the game, and maybe they can, be a bigger factor down the line.
I mean, I look, I get the picks. I understand the position of the picks, but I just believe that there were better players with better tape on the board.
I agree with that, because I felt like in the 2nd round you could have got Hall and Johnson if that's what what to do. Jones, yeah. You could have got both of them. You could have had a 5 technique, and you could have put the guy at defensive end. You could have had both lines. You would have had your whole D-line for next year set up with Will Golston coming back on a 1-year deal. You already got his replacement right there. And like I said, you have the next 4 years with them. I don't know the direction. We're just gonna see what happens. I kind of thought they would have took a DB maybe possibly in the 4th round instead of the 5th round. That's really what I was thinking. But I guess they're not prioritizing defensive backs because of everybody's on their last year. So I guess they're gonna make a decision. Whoever plays the best, that's who we'll bring back. Probably readdress the secondary next year.
Well, somebody made a good point in the comment section that the Bucs drafted 3 starters: Logan Hall, the punter, and the guard.
Yeah,
I mean that's a positive. That's a positive. Yep. You know what I'm saying? That's a positive. I get I get the punter pick, but I mean 4th round. You know what I'm saying?
You could have waited to another round or 2 before you pick them up, or he could have went undrafted.
Because the 4th round picks could be sleepers though. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, but I gotta say this though. Hey, that kicker ran a 4.52 now, so he got some speed on him.
They might use some trick.
Did you hear that interview though?
Keep Armstrong.
With Todd Bowles and him.
Yeah.
Talking about we're gonna put you at fullback or something.
Now Keep Armstrong is the special team coach. So running any trick plays with Jake, I don't see it happening.
When the last time the Bucs ran a fake field goal?
Don't worry. Go do your research.
It might be this year.
Yeah, because I don't remember them doing anything like that. It's like they scared to even.
Can we at least do a reverse on kickoff or a double pass or something?
I don't understand.
4th and 1 punt. And it'll be a fake.
Can we just do the fumble Rooski on 4th and 1 with the punt team?
And I stand by this. I stand on this. The Bucs, one of the worst special team units return wise in the NFL.
Yeah, that's always. I don't know what we ain't had a touchdown return since what 2010.
Long time, 12 years.
One of the worst. Bottom 3 kickoff return, punt return in the NFL the last 12 years. Period. Anybody want to refute that?
Nope.
Yeah.
All right.
I digress on that.
Right, and up until 2020, the kicking unit was 32, tied with the Chargers. Nobody talking about that. The most missed kicks tied with the Chargers. Up until Ryan Suckup got here, nobody talked about that.
Yeah, he started missing a year later, believe it or not.
Right, but I was the only Buck channel that talked about the kicking team. I noticed that. Everybody else danced around it. Oh, it's not. No, the kicking unit is fine. Oh, really? Oh, really?
But do you know how much trauma that the during kicking game has caused everybody?
Punting and field goal kicking, extra points. Like it's an important factor in every game.
That decided so many possessions, field position, and games. Like
you saw it in the playoff game with the kickoff.
Don't bring it back up because that was hard.
That was horrible.
2 times.
He missed it, and then the guy that couldn't make nothing in Tampa made all his kicks. Well, he made the kick.
And then it went out of bounds. I think one of them went out of bounds.
Twice.
Yeah.
So that's why I personally didn't have a problem right now with the 4th round. If he hit, he hit. But if he don't, then okay, all right. Yeah.
I think he'll hit. I think he'll hit. I called that one out. I was like, we should get a punter for our 4th round pick. I didn't know we were gonna get that dude. I thought we were gonna get the dude from San Diego State. So I was like, okay,
Matt.
Whatever.
I mean, look, punt. Special teams is the least talked about unit until your team has a problem with it. Until your team start messing up.
Yeah.
How y'all feel about the running back? I missed that.
Man, I was not up for that. I was hoping a quarterback, but I was wrong on that position. I was wrong for that pick.
I told you, like you
I
quarterback.
didn't know we needed a running back, but I guess they overlooked that. So I was like, all right, whatever.
Look,
and I looked at his tape. He's got some nasty jukes, man.
Keyshawn Vaughn, you on the clock, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, he on the clock. And
he's tall too. He's like what, 6'1", 6'2"?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I was looking at some tapes. I was like, okay, maybe they're seeing something I don't see. So
well, you heard what he said, right? He want to start. He ain't trying to come there and I ain't trying to come in lollygag. So
hey, you saying you gonna be delegated to just special teams only?
Look, I like the confidence. I like the confidence because I believe that Keyshawn Vaughn ain't gonna lose his job.
Yeah, it looks like he got some dog in him.
He do.
He really does.
But now, remind you, he's not a bad player, but in my eyes, there were better running backs on the board in the 3rd round with better tape.
Yeah.
Better competition and better tape.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll have to see. Sometimes these players don't come from big schools, No. Sometimes.
Well, competition plays a big factor. Like people don't realize that. Like you can do all that against whatever, and then the minute you go against competition that you should have been playing against when you got to college, it shows in a lot of positions. Not just running back, but you can see it. Like it get overwhelming. Like it's too much talent. Like I can't deal with it. Like that's why those guys. That's why you see a lot of those big schools get a lot of draft picks because it matters. You know what I'm saying? Like playing against the best of the best. You know what I'm saying? Like, but Rachaad White might turn out to be a great player. The fact remains to be seen. Like I said, I understood the pick, but in my opinion, I just thought there were better running backs. From what I looked at. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, in the 3rd round, as far as running back, like who was on the board? Like what?
Isaiah Spiller.
Damian Pierce. I thought
Damian Pierce.
Personally,
Brian Robinson is a better running back to me than Rashad White. Personally,
would you put that? Would y'all put?
He not fast, but he run, and he hit the hole with burst.
All of them.
What would y'all think about that other Georgia running back? Not Cook, but
Zaire White.
I like Zaire White. I like him. He's a big back, got speed. I thought we could have got him too. Didn't he go in like the 5th?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know what's so crazy? If the Bucs would have picked James Cook in the 2nd round with that 57 pick, I'd have been like, cool. Like, okay, I get it. And they came back, got the guard in the 3rd round. I'd have been like, oh, I get it. You know what I'm saying?
That would have been a perfect.
I would have been like, oh, what are you doing?
Like either one would have been, because like think about it. Guard went 2nd, running back went 3rd. But you flip it around, do you have the same? Like it's the same thing, really. Like but you get a better running back in the 2nd round, and you can still get a decent guard in the 3rd round.
Yeah. I did call the idea that we'll get a DL 1st round and guard 2nd round. And I was surprised when they say tackle. And then I mean obviously you guys guard, yeah. And I think everybody pretty much made up their mind he's gonna be a guard, which plays in my favor. But I did not know who was gonna get a running back 3rd round. I thought we would get a cornerback or another DL, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna get after they got Logan Hall. I thought they were gonna get Winfrey, man.
He was right.
He was still on the board. I was with you on that, Lee. I was with you on that. As a matter of fact, because I think Perron Winfrey was still on the board before we got Rashad White.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, didn't he go in the 4th round of Cleveland? Winfrey, he went in the 4th round of Cleveland, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That would have been a steal.
Steal ain't the word.
So I thought. Remember now. I said in my pre build up, I said in the first 3 rounds, if they go 2 D linemen and an O lineman, I'm like, oh, I get it.
That was a perfect draft.
I get it. Like, or D line, O line, and another D lineman. You know, D line, O line, D line. You know, or D line, O. Like I would like, oh, the trenches. It's all about the trenches because other teams keep doing it, and we kind of tap dancing. And we did a good job. We got an O lineman and a D lineman, so I get it. You know. You got to get a couple of those guys every year. Like, you just got to do it. Like, you can't just, like, no, we don't need nothing on the trenches. You always got to build on the trenches. Got to have guys ready. You know what I'm saying? So, I commend Jason, like, drafted a D lineman and an O lineman. I get it. You know what I'm saying? That second round pick, they could have did a better one. They could have just, you know.
Yeah, I thought they were going defense the first 2 picks, personally, man. I really did. And the opportunity was there to do so. Because, you know, after Hall, and I was okay with the Hall pick. And I'm not going to say the name that should be named that I wanted. But Hall, I like the pick. But I was like thinking, man, you know what? I saw Winfrey drop. I said, they going to get Winfrey.
You wanted Wyatt?
Yeah, man, I'm not. Hey, that's a name that shall not be named on this podcast. No more, man. No more. We done with it. We move it on. Man.
I hope they don't come back and invite us in the.
But I kind of want to get this out the way. The pick I'm excited about is that corner, Zion McCollum. I don't know about y'all, but I think he might end up being the best player out of the whole draft, in my opinion.
Let's hope so.
Yeah, he looked good, like you said, Isaiah.
He got size and speed. He gonna take somebody's spot.
But to go back to competition, though, look at the level where he played at. I mean, I ain't knocking him for it.
I understand, man. But he was the best, right? Athletically, and he was the best in the conference, man. And in the division he played in. So
I give you that. But it's just like
it's different if you didn't dominate at that level. If you dominated, then right. I mean, you got potential. I think he's gonna be a steal personally.
So Damian, I think you was gonna say something about Zion McCullough. What you gonna say?
Yeah, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Now, like you were saying, I don't know how you felt at 5th. I mean, like looking at the tape, I mean, he's a burner. He's a burner. I mean, he wasn't playing against, you know, what I mean, the top tier cream of the crop, but I mean, we seem to have a niche for pulling them guys out the mud between Marpet and the guy Kappa, you know
Jordan
what I mean?
Jordan Whitehead was late. You know,
yeah.
Mike Edwards was 3rd round. You know,
so I mean, and it ain't like we got world beaters at corner as it is. So I mean, you know what I mean? Like you could probably come in. You could come in, and if you got the right mentality, you know what I mean? Like just
I like it. You know,
yeah.
I like it. It might be one of those
see where
guys.
his IQ is at.
Yeah, he tested out well though. His athletic score, his RAS, it was ridiculous. Like it was like 99 percentile. Like, I don't even know how he got to the 5th round. I really don't even understand that.
Yeah, they projected him to be in the 3rd round.
Maybe
he projected. He ran a 4. I think at the pro day he ran a 4.37 or something like that.
That was steal, man.
So he got wheels, and he fluid, man. If you look at his tape, like Damon said, man, you look at the tape, he fluent with his hips, man. He's a good pick, man. I was excited about
Young
that.
DZ, man, what's the problem, dog? You making all these faces over here, man. I'm not liking that, man. What's the problem over there? What's the problem, Young DZ? What's the issue, man? What's the issue?
All I gotta say is, look, hey, with that Zion McCullum, though, Jamel Dean, you on the clock, brother.
Oh.
L Dean on the clock, brother.
You know who else is on the clock? I don't know if you pay attention to everybody, but they picked up an undrafted receiver from Utah State, Devin Tompkins. Darden is on the clock.
Yeah.
Yep.
Darden that boy run a 4.3, and all he did was just put up numbers. And this Utah State, I know it's Mountain West, but he dominated where he was. But see, Darden look like he's scared out there. I don't know about y'all. That's what I see on tape. He looks scared to me. He had one good punt return. He had one good punt return, but I thought it was Hope. But that boy, he disappeared.
That was a reach.
Y'all know what I'm talking about.
That was a reach. That Darden pick was a reach, bro. Jalen Darden was a straight reach, man.
So is it safe to say
you could have got that man in 6th, 7th round? You drafted him in the 4th?
Is Scotty Too Hotty and Tyler Johnson on the clock too?
All three of them.
I don't know if Scotty's gonna go. Scotty
and Darden. Definitely Darden's gonna be out of there.
I can see Darden leaving, yeah.
Darden on a collision course for the practice squad. He lucky if he makes the practice squad.
Hey, Scotty left a mark on the Bucs.
I'm not putting a plug on Johnson just yet.
No, the question is, who's going to be the number 2 receiver out wide when the season starts? Who is the number 2 man out wide? I mean, it's clear.
Perriman. Because you mean Godwin going to be out, right?
I think it's going to be
They said till November, December.
So he's going to go a full year recovery?
It's probably going to be Perriman or Gage initially.
I think it's just going to rotate out depending on the plays.
Unless Edelman come out.
I think what they're going to do.
That's a big blow. That's a big blow. That's a big blow. That's a big blow.
I mean,
that's what I told y'all.
Yeah, I think what they're going to do.
Week 1. Oh, Chris Godwin come back week 1. I told y'all. Man. I told y'all.
I mean, so when he got that contract, I say, man, I'll take my time.
I think what they're going to do.
I think they're going to focus on the running game.
What they're going to do. Yeah, I think what they're going to do is I think Mike Evans and Russell Gage are going to be the 2 starting receivers, but when they go 3 wide, they're going to move Gage in the slot, and then they're going to have Tyler Johnson be the outside. That's what I think. I mean, it could be different, but
Gage is there you go. I was going to say Gage is already better than Perriman from the rip.
Yeah, he's better than Perriman.
Okay.
It's just depending on the package. They're gonna put him in the best position.
I mean, but what is Perriman good for? Because at one point we all wanted Perriman gone at one point.
Hey man, that's what Perriman does, bro.
You cannot tell me 3 years ago we were pounding the table, get rid of this dude. Then he was forced where he had to catch everything. He made him a couple of dollars. So, I mean,
who was the quarterback?
James.
He owed him some money. He owed him some money. Perriman owed Winston some money because he got paid because of that.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. But I'm saying, he took advantage of being the 3rd, 4th, or 5th read. Like the Buffalo game, he was like the 4th read in that play.
Mm-hmm.
So
I guess it's wide open.
Yeah, but
I mean, depend on the matchup too. I mean, he should probably depend on the matchup too, because I mean, it was a linebacker.
So
I the play. They were trying to double Mike Evans. So one of the receivers came off a route to go double Mike Evans, and then Perriman came free. Then he had that linebacker trailing him.
Yeah,
so
linebacker
got Mike Evans.
But yeah, I mean, now you spoke about Gronk. Is Gronk just basically trying to avoid OTAs and training camp? I think he just want to smoke weed and drink and then
he
come
want
back.
to twerk. He want to twerk.
No, I don't think he's drinking much.
Yeah, he
So
want to twerk.
He had a TMZ interview, and in Las Vegas, one of the guys was asking him about if you were to go back, who would you go back with? And he kind of settled it down to either just going with the Bucs or he's going to retire. So,
What? I mean,
they're definitely going to talk about something.
He can't drink because he's 50 years old.
Well, I think he's avoiding drinking so that he doesn't get out of shape.
But he said 2 weeks. He said it'll take him 2 weeks to get in football shape. I was like,
come on,
you're 37,000 years old. You're 37,000 years old with a body of a 80,000-year-old. You ain't getting ready in no 2 weeks, man.
If he ain't been training, like I said, I just believe he don't want to go through OTAs and training camp. So it wouldn't surprise me he come and say he signed the back end of training camp and he show up right before final cuts. That's when he showed up.
And remind you, he was also the guy that lied about his physical or something. I don't know if it was a physical, but about him working out or something.
His conditioning. He was faking. He was changing his clothes or wearing the same clothes or something. Dousing his clothes to make it look like he was working out.
Well, he probably really is doing that. He probably is avoiding as much as he can and just go right into.
Well, his body can't take all that. His body can't take all that anymore. He got high mileage, man. He's like you saw it last season. He didn't. I mean, you could tell it was like, whoa, that's Gronk, but
yeah. K-Dog he gonna get a lot of playing time. K-Dog gonna get a lot of playing time. I'm gonna go out and say it on a limb. This is Gronk last season if he come back. This is it. Like this is it, man.
I agree with you on that.
This is it. He can't do it no more, man. His body's really shutting down for real.
Now, if he don't come back, who is Brake gonna be the clear cut number one starter, or is it gonna be open competition?
Unless K-Dot outshines Brake. So.
K-Dot is way more talented than Cameron Brake. Best believe that.
Why I said I'm like, you got Baby Gronk on the roster. Well, you drafted Baby Gronk. If that's safe to say.
Yeah.
Brake, he got good hands. I can't take that from him.
He's slow.
He can't block. I mean,
no separation.
He can't block.
He can't block.
K-Otten's got another place too, so that's gonna take some time to develop.
Don't be surprised going forward if our two tight ends end up being K-Dot and Tanner Hudson. I'm calling it out right now.
Tanner Hudson gone, brother.
Hudson ain't even on the squad.
He ain't on the squad.
He gone.
So I'm just saying, they can. Who he with now?
What team he with now? And put him on the practice squad, and then he got cut. So I don't know where
he might be a camp body again.
Oh, they might bring him back in training camp.
If he's smart, he'll come on back.
They drafted a blocking tight end in the 7-6.
Yeah, they drafted that tight end, so that messed him up. Unless
that's the case,
Tanner Hudson come in and block.
He might as well try out Cody McElroy.
McElroy worked.
Well, McElroy's
okay, I forgot about him.
Homeboy.
You know what though? That's the reason why they drafted two tight ends too, because they saw like, look, we ain't got nothing back there.
At a low budget too.
Yeah, at a low budget, and K-Kai can turn into a starter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that other tight end. He blocking is his forte. That's what he's gonna do. He's gonna be an H-back blocking. So I think they're gonna really use the running game a lot this year.
I believe so.
Yeah. They gonna probably get that big set, put him back there in the fullback, and they finna pound. And I ain't got no problem with it. I want them to do that. Because you got to protect our defense, right? We can't assume they're gonna turn the corner.
I know I came in late, but how y'all feel about Rachaad White though? I mean, because me personally, I think that Isaiah Spiller was still on the board. I'm like, y'all could have got Isaiah Spiller, man. But like, what y'all think about that?
Look, this could be a replay of the drafting Keyshawn Vaughn and not drafting Antonio Gibson situation.
Yeah, and I also think
Antonio Gibson went in the first round though.
Difference maker on that decision.
Oh, Gibson went in the fourth round.
You had about, like we said earlier, about three different running backs. You could have took
third. But he went after Keyshawn Vaughn.
Yeah,
he was a third round.
Size was the difference maker on that decision, though.
He did. I thought Gibson went before because I would have been angry. But I was watching. I saw him drop. I said, if we could get it.
Gibson went after Keyshawn Vaughn.
Word.
I ain't know that.
I didn't. I thought he went before. Oh my Lord.
This might be one of them situations. Again,
I mean, you had about 4 or 5 running backs that were on the board that you could have took that were better than him. And I just, like you said,
wasn't J.K. Dobbins there too? So he was picked before.
He went in the second round though, didn't he?
Yeah, Dobbins. Well, we could have got J.K. Dobbins in the second round, but we passed him up. Like, nah, we good.
Yeah, I don't think he really worked out.
Well, he got hurt. I mean, he did good in rookie season. He got hurt though. You know what I'm saying? Second year. Towards ACL. Remember, the Ravens had an ACL bug just running around. That team, like their whole
running back room was hurt.
Yeah, the ACL
bug was running. Healthy, they would have won the division last year. If they healthy, they were the best team in the middle.
Yeah, of course. But they had so many injuries. They had like 17 guys with ACLs. Like, God dang, like 3 running backs too. Gus Edwards, J.K. Dobbins. Look, White's not a bad player. It just, okay, like I said, I understood the pick. I get it, but if you thinking like
Keyshawn Vaughn gonna eat his lunch. Keyshawn Vaughn gonna eat his lunch, man. He gonna take his fruit. He gonna take his fruit cup. Like no, rookie.
Well, I mean, Keyshawn Vaughn is on watch.
You think Keyshawn Vaughn gonna beat out Rachaad White?
I mean, who's Rachaad White? I mean, who is he?
Who's Keyshawn?
He's more talented than Keyshawn Vaughn.
He got snaps. Keyshawn, he in the playbook. He got snaps. Yeah, I mean, he ain't really done much with him, but I mean, it's
let it go,
James. It's on Rachaad White. It's on Rachaad White to prove, right?
He's scrapping.
Let it go, Dame. Go ahead, give him his walking papers, man.
You keep coming on here trying to fight for these players. That's like, nah, man. Like,
who did you want, Damian? As a running back, if you did want to run a back in the draft.
I mean, the most impressive, because I don't really watch college, but the most impressive tape I seen obviously was Breece Hall. But I mean, we passed on him. So, and then I was kind of like at a loss as far as everybody else. But I mean, I just think Vaughn ain't really get much of an opportunity. You know what I mean? Part being his fault. You know what I mean? That, probably well earned, but I mean, I don't think necessarily White is a shoo-in at number 2. You know what I mean? It's show improve.
Well, we don't know. If White can't beat out Keyshawn Vaughn in training camp, then that's going to tell us a lot about Rachaad White.
Right, and damn, I mean, what's Gio? Chopped liver? Like, why we bring him back? Why we bring him back? I mean,
hey, David, I said the same thing, and everybody laughed at me too.
Hey, so
we didn't even use Gio. Gio ain't got no mileage on his legs. I'm trying to tell everybody. You saw that burst he got. They just don't use him. I don't know. I don't understand why. They just don't use him.
Who's gonna be the kick returner, guys? Like, who do you think they're gonna put back deep to do kick returners now? Do we got
Devin Tompkins? He gonna win. He gonna beat Darden, and Darden gonna get cut, and they gonna bring in Devin Tompkins and return kicks. He's gonna be the 6th receiver probably.
I mean, can we put somebody back there, kick return and punt return? They got the green light, run it. Now, if you deep back in the end zone, come on. But if you right in the goal line,
Isaiah Spiller ran a 4.63 and Rachaad White ran a 4.48.
But hey, what does Isaiah say? What does your eyes tell you?
20 seconds faster.
What does your eyes tell you?
Yeah, I'm big
He's
on
football fast. Spiller is football fast now. He played for Texas A&M.
Especially Spiller in the 3rd round would have been the, like at that time at 3rd round, like why not? You know what I'm saying? Like, but I get it.
But when they said running back, I know y'all were just like running back, and you would sit like when they said White, you were sitting there like, wait a minute, you got all these other cats on the board. And I'm just like, that's what we got. I mean, like you said earlier, maybe they saw something that we ain't seeing that shows on this.
I'm not a scout. Yeah, I'm not a scout.
I mean, Rojo, he got shoes to fill. I mean, there are shoes to fill. Rojo was a somewhat significant part of the offense. I mean, when he got opportunity, I mean, he had his
but he was hurt so many times.
He had his bonehead plays. But he still was a home run threat. So I mean, we gotta find that replacement or comp or whatever.
You gotta remember, Dort Cutter drafted Ronald Jones and just shot his development. I mean, you got to think we're finally starting to see players develop in these last 2 years.
Because under Mike Smith and Dort Cutter, they weren't developing.
That's my point. Like we finally starting to see players that's drafted in the second, third, and fourth round. They're actually developing, even though the jury is still out on Dean and
Didn't he draft Jeremy McNichols too?
That was Dort Cutter.
He was like only one be on the practice squad.
I think Johnson took a step back.
He went to the Titans and started doing his
thing.
He
couldn't figure out no plays for the life of him though.
Who was this?
Jeremy
McNichols. Remember the what was it?
He went to San Fran in the Tennessee.
Oh, okay, yeah.
What was it? HBO, whatever.
Yeah,
they had interviews of like Jameis Winston studying with this kid, and he couldn't figure out any plays. He was bumping into linemen and everything.
I was like, dang, man. But he went to Titans though. He started getting carries. Number 2 back. I'm like,
but then he got cut. He got cut by the Titans though.
Wait a minute. Reason the coach is like, all right, this is the play you do.
The Titans drafted another running back. Was it Hassan Haskins or who was it?
Yeah, it was Hassan Haskins.
Okay.
Hey, boys, I'll work that out. But I will say this draft was a B-, and I hope you guys have a good weekend. All right.
Appreciate you, man.
All right, man. Take care, man.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Buck with your girl said we could have got Dalvin Cook at 17. And then we had a chance to get his brother in 2022 and didn't do it.
I said we better not miss on both of them Cook. I said that 2 weeks ago. We better not miss.
He gonna start in Buffalo. He gonna start in Buffalo. Best believe that.
Oh yeah. He went to the perfect.
He looks small. He looked too small. I mean, to be a every down back. Is he an every down back? The younger Cook?
No.
He gonna put on some weight. He gonna put on some weight.
He was
he gonna put on some weight
at Georgia.
If they use now, see this. I say Georgia didn't use him correct. They underutilized him because he was a home run threat when he got the ball in space.
Nice, man. He nice.
You can. I mean, you can do so much.
He was sharing carries with Zamir White.
That was just done how they did it. Like, well, let me rephrase this. They had a boatload of backs at Georgia when he got there. I'm gonna give them that. Y'all were loaded with running backs when he got there. Then he had to wait in line because he sat for like nearly. He didn't even get red shirted, but he sat behind DeAndre Swift and Evander Holyfield's son. And then the crazy thing about it, the way Holyfield's son ran the back end of the year, he made him and Cook disappear. But like an idiot, he come out at the end of the draft. That's the only reason why DeAndre Swift took over. And then they still didn't play Cook. And Cook had a better hand.
I got a correction. That was Mr. Everything Bucs that said James Cook should have been the pick. We passed up on another Cook. Look, it might bite us in the butt. Remember now, probability versus possibility. There's a probability that's going to bite us in the butt passing on James Cook.
We had him in 2017. He was right there screaming for us. And I don't believe that like Jason Light was talking about he was trying to trade up in the second round to go get him. I was like, no, you wasn't. I mean,
that's like him saying we really like the Jonathan Taylor. Then go get him. Stop playing with us, Jason. Stop playing. We really like the Jonathan Taylor.
They drafted number 80. And you had Brake come off a career high and led all tight ends with touchdowns.
But don't remind us about that. Don't remind us about that, please.
Sorry. I was pounding the table.
Brake went to Harvard, man. He was just somebody got left open. They worried about Evans, they left him open.
Storyline because Dalvin Cook and Jameis Winston played together in Florida State. I mean, come on. You had it right there.
That would have helped the Bucs running game immensely.
Dalvin Cook,
the only downside to this is I know what we were pounding the table for him, but the way Cook has took off in Minnesota, could he have done that on the Dort Cutter? That you gotta ask. I gotta say that.
Probably not.
I think so.
No,
I don't know.
No, man.
Because who did Cutter and Smith develop? That's my only downside to why, okay, maybe it's a good thing we didn't get them. because at that time they could not develop.
Well, we could have got Jonathan Taylor. Well, Jason Light was BSing. We really like Jonathan Taylor, but what if you really like them, trade the goddamn picks and go get him in the second round.
Who do we end up getting instead of Jonathan Taylor if they were so high on him? Who do we end up getting?
Keyshawn Vaughn.
No, the second round.
Man.
We went and got
no, Antoine Winfield.
That's fine. But
it worked out.
You know what's so crazy though? You had Antoine Winfield and that other safety from LSU sitting right there, but Cleveland took that other safety right before. So they were if Cleveland didn't take that safety, they would have been sitting in a nice spot in 2020. Like you get a safety, you had the top safety on the board, Winfield plus Jonathan Taylor. Which was crazy.
Look, let me switch tones on for a second, real quick. Casey Rogers came out and said Vita Vea needs to be on the field more.
What'd you say now?
He said he should be a third down D lineman, right?
Casey Rogers, the co-D coordinator, said Vita Vea needs to be on the field more. 4 sacks is a minimum. He needs to double that.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
He
that means he gonna have to trim some of that weight.
When you get paid, that means you got to show up. You got to get more snaps.
And that means he got to trim down that 350. He got to come down to like about 330, about 325.
They did the breakdown of his snaps. He wasn't playing a lot of snaps.
He just mainly rundowns. I mean,
was like, holy crap! I did not know his snaps was so like condensed. Like he wasn't.
I mean, he was. Yeah, he played. Did he play all year? I mean, he got his tooth knocked out, but he played all year.
I'm just saying his snap, like the total snaps for the defense versus his snaps was like, yo, dog, you get first round pick, fam. Like you gotta play all 3 downs, dog.
Yeah. Like Sue played the most snaps.
Sue played more snaps than Vita Vea.
He played more snaps than any D lineman.
I mean, I think.
So do you think Vita need to trim down?
Yes.
I think yes.
Conditioning.
I think if he conditions himself, I mean, when they start working out, he's gonna drop 10 pounds, probably be at 340 or something like that. But he
330. He at 330.
Can he? Because I do think with his presence on the field, that'll open up better pass rushing opportunities for on the outside with him pushing the hole in the middle, pushing the pack in the middle. I believe that.
I was shocked at his snap count. I was like, he ain't playing. Like, he's 2 downs basically. Like, fam, you getting $17 million a year now. You need to play 3 downs, fam.
Yeah.
Yeah. You all 3. You playing a whole series or something because I do not want to see what's no chance come in or whatever. Like, they,
Nacho.
No, he said no chance. You said no chance. Did you call that man no chance?
You think Logan Hall makes Vita's job easier?
No, Vita gonna make his job.
I mean,
I think it's the other way around.
Complimentary. You know what I mean? Like,
no, it's the other way around. Yeah.
He's taking Sue's spot. Logan Hall taking Sue's spot.
Yeah.
So it's still gonna be Will Golson then. Mm-hmm. So they keeping Will Golson at the other.
Yeah.
Strong side.
But that's only
gonna be down. Ghost can play the 5 technique and he played the 3 technique.
Yeah, so basically on rush downs, and I noticed this when you go back and look at the tape, they'll take Vita out a lot of the times, and they'll move, Golson or Joe Tryon on a stunt, coming from that loop, that TE stunt, with Tryon coming up the middle, or then sometimes they'll put Golson, slide him inside, make him rush up the middle because he moves better than Vita Vea in general, but Vita Vea got to stay on the field. You got to be on the field, fam.
Yep.
And then think about it. It shows when he's on the field. It's a difference. Like you need to be on the field more, man. We need you on the field, man. The yards average against the defense is higher when he's off the field.
Yeah, if anything, those stats that big him up. You know what I mean? Because Sue and them playing all them stats. He said Sue had six sacks all year.
But those 6 sacks was very skewed. Very skewed. It was against bad teams.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like you played all the snaps, you only got 6. Vita played a smaller percentage and had 4.
4, yeah.
So
but
I mean,
Casey Rogers was basically saying he needs to get better condition, and the 4 sacks, no more under 4 sacks. Everything else moving forward, 6, 7, 8, maybe a 9. You get $17 million a year.
Yeah, he should be getting there. Yeah. He played running back. in high school. He should be getting there.
So when you're paying a guy that, but this is why you got to be careful when you pay guys a lot of money. A zero technique. You got to be careful. You know what I'm saying? Because if you put that money out there, the expectations go up. No excuses. No excuses.
He played the same position as Aaron Donald, right?
Depending on what they're running in the situation.
Yeah, it depends. Aaron Donald's more of a 3 technique.
Yeah, but Donald played.
But it don't matter where you put Donald.
No, but Donald,
it don't matter where you put him, though.
Donald can play 3-4, though. He can play 3-4. You know?
Yeah, he can play in.
Yeah,
he actually did that. He dogged somebody. Last year, they put him at the end. He dogged somebody bad.
They had Donald at the 3, at the 5 technique. In the 3, like Raheem Morris ran exotic schemes, and sometimes they have 3 down linemen, and they had Aaron Donald on the outside, which is 5 technique, and he was like a problem. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm just saying, like, look at this. Look at what he had around him. I mean, he had what's my man name?
Donald was causing most of that.
Von Miller was late in the season though, and Aaron Donald been doing
Donald was still causing that.
But Donald's still doing it though. You know, I mean, he's still doing his thing.
Yeah, Vita, he need
Logan Hall made
us, man. Vita, he got to be like a Warren Sapp kind of player for us.
Nah, it ain't happening. It ain't happening.
I know what I'm saying, but that's that's the expectation that I'm putting out there. Yeah, you got to be like a Warren Sapp kind of guy, man.
Do so.
Would
you be okay? Would you be okay? Would it be a good season for Vita Vea if he gets 7 sacks?
Yeah.
Like with game-changing plays, if they was on 3rd down, getting us off the field, you know what I mean? It don't matter.
So we okay with that, you know, 7 sacks, but impact a lot of more impact plays. Yeah. 7 sacks. That's $17 million.
He's gonna have to play more snaps, especially they don't
and QB pressure and some QB pressure to where the other D linemen get to the quarterback.
But that goes back to conditioning. 330. 325, 330. Chris Jones. Yeah, Chris Jones plays at 325, 330.
Oh, Chris Jones or Travis Jones? Or
no, Chris Jones, Kansas City.
Oh, okay.
And he plays. He could play the 1 technique. You know.
Yeah, he played a 1. He played a 3. He could play the 5.
Yeah, so if Vita can get down to that range, man, I think he'll be on the field more. But playing at 340, 350, man, you ain't on the field, man. You can't. It's hard to at that size. How many 350-pound guys you see on the field all 3 downs with multiple series? Don't worry, I'll wait.
What about what? Haloi Nada? Did he get that? No.
He was more athletic though, man.
But dude from Pittsburgh, what's my man named Casey Hayward? How much he weigh? He seemed like a big dude.
But
he's small. He's a little bit smaller, but he played.
He's stout though. You know, he's better shape. He's better. He's been better shape than Vita Vea. Like that's and Stephon Tuitt too. Man, they're in better shape.
My man from Casey Jones from the Titans. He another big behemoth.
Oh, Jeffrey Simmons. Jarrell Casey.
Terrell Casey. Yeah.
Well, he's gone now, but I'm just saying Jarrell Casey was 6'1", about 315, 320. It's the the build, but I'm just saying like at that weight, it's hard.
How big was Fletcher Cox?
About 330, 335. Oh,
yep. There you go.
But he big though. Fletcher Cox is big. He ain't fat.
He better shape. Once again, conditioning. Better shape. He needs to get in better shape. Better shape.
Part of that on the coaches. I mean, why are you giving the big contract and fee?
So we got to now we're looking at the strength and conditioning coaches now.
Right. They let him slide. What are you in year 4? What year is this? 4 or 5?
Yeah.
That's 5. This is 5th year option right here. Yeah. Well, I mean, they gave him a contract now, but this is 5th year right here though.
Right. It's time to make the jump.
Yeah.
You gotta make the jump, Betty. Like $17 million. You gotta make the jump. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Don't come at Buckles like well, Vita Vea, and let's just say we lose the game. Like we're not going 17-0, so we can agree with that. Let's just say the games we do lose, and we gets nothing out of him. I'm gonna be on him. And we get nothing out of you, and we lose 23-20, and we got nothing out of you. But then against a bad team, which is not many on the schedule, he all showing out. Look, you're not getting praises for against bad teams. I'm not giving no praises. I give you congratulations, but I'm not gonna be like, yeah, we bossed the Panthers. We bossed the Falcons. No. No. I'm not giving. I'm gonna give you congratulations. Good game. I'm not gonna be like.
Show up for them Saints.
I want to see the games that it matter.
Show up for them Saints.
You do that in the games, the Bengals, the Steelers, the Ravens, the 49ers, the Rams, the Saints, those games. You do that against those teams. I'm gonna be like,
speaking of the Saints.
Joel and DB look bad.
I deal with Chris Olave. Oh God.
They got Tyrann Mathieu too. Don't they got the Honey Badger too?
Mm-hmm. I'm just talking about
he's washed though. He's washed.
Our secondary, man. We got to deal with Chris Olave.
He ain't washed with that defensive line in front of him. He ain't washed.
I mean, if it's 1-on-1, like him against like one of our best. I mean, I like Braid against Honey Badger. I like
so Michael Jenkins. So Michael Jenkins, who was 4 years older, was he washed? Because
Michael Jenkins used to body Gronkowski.
No, Michael Jenkins was 4 years. Michael Jenkins 4 years older than Tyrann Mathieu, so he's not washed.
I mean, I think Michael Jenkins was washed, but I mean, I think he had it. He had it up here. He used his vet savvy. You know what I mean? More.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, so what? So Matty not a vet?
I mean, he is. But I mean,
I'm just trying to figure this out. We just talk about football. We're not talking about the Saints, and we're just talking about football in general. Like 3-time Pro Bowl,
in a positioning. As far as positioning, boxing out, I think Gronk will have a better advantage against a smaller Honey Badger than say.
But he played against Brady quite a few times already. I mean, just saying. I mean, kind of gave him some problems.
It's a name. Honey Badger is a name. I mean, on an already good defense. I put in the chat. You know what I mean? That the Saints is kind of scary. You know what I mean? But I mean, any given Sunday, shit.
Look, of course they're gonna be a fly in our thorn. I mean, let's not act like. See, we got to understand as Bucs fans, we got to come to reality, right? I know we don't like the Saints. I get it. I'm right there with y'all. But you got to understand football. They are a problem, whether you like it or not. They are a problem.
Most definitely.
You can't sit here and tell me, "Oh, the Saints trash." Okay, well, you stand over there. You stand over there. I'm not taking those bullets. I'm not taking those. No. I'm not going to sit here and belittle a team that's dominated us. Are you serious? Like. Come on, man.
I mean, I think we beat ourselves in those games. We saw what we did when we had Dirk Cutter.
Yeah, we lost 9-0.
When we went into New Orleans week 1, we had Dirk Cutter and we beat them. We beat them on their home with Jameis. Like, I mean, they can be beat. Like the last time we beat them.
We lost at home
the first time.
9-0. Taysom Hill was the quarterback. Taysom Hill and we lost that game bad at home. National, that's embarrassing. That was worse than the 38-3.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they got our number for sure.
No Sean Payton. Taysom Hill.
Man, let's move on. Let's move on.
No Michael Thomas.
No Michael, bro. Come on, man. They are a thorn, whether we like it or not. Like we gotta get over.
They got our number.
We gotta get over this hump. And like, let's just say this in our division. Now we're talking about a division, right? You know. We always got to talk about the division first. We can't really jump outside and start talking about everybody else until you win your division, right? So within our division, we already know about the Panthers and Falcons. They're not beating us. They're not beating us. They're not. I don't care what Arthur Smith does or Matt Rule does. They're not beating us. But the concern for me is always going to be the Saints because they had a pretty decent offseason.
And had a pretty good draft too.
I mean, let's not act like we the only team in the NFC South. Let's not act like that. I mean, Olave.
Are we the favorites in the South?
Yeah, yes, of course we're gonna be. Yeah, we're gonna be the favorites. Yeah, of course. But they are a problem. Like it is what it is. Like we got to get over this hump, man. Like, and they got now, mind you, a healthy Saints team is a whole lot different than an injured Saints team. I mean, they led with the NFL last year with 58 starters. Like,
is the schedule out already? When we play them?
May 12th. Thursday night, which I'll have a live stream for that, 8:00 Eastern Standard Time. I will do a live stream of the schedule revealing. So we'll be all on here as they release the schedules out for the teams. We're going to dissect our schedule. And we're going to look. I'm going to do the early prediction record, right? You know, before the summer, right? I'm going to do the early prediction. What's our record going to be? Then I'm going to do one right a week before the season starts. The last preseason game, I'm gonna do another schedule prediction because preseason, you got to see some things, whatever the case may be. And I said this in the draft. I said, well, I'm gonna do a draft, a record after the draft, a prediction, and then I'm gonna do one right before the season starts. Those gonna be two different type of videos because one video is gonna be like, okay, this is what I see now. We after the draft, okay, whatever the case may be, and then once preseason hit, see some players, whatever, some teams, whatever. Then I'm gonna do another prediction, and they might be the same record. It might both be, 12-5, 11-6, 13. It might be the same record for both videos, but I got to do it because the draft just done. We just came out of the draft. So I got to do one next Thursday. And some people might not like it, but just to believe, you will not get a 17-0 out of me. You will not get a 17-0 out of me. Not happening.
One more question about the Saints. Did Kamara get suspended any games?
Not yet. The trial got moved back. The trial got moved back to August. Remember,
I mean that's huge. If he's when we play them versus if he gets any suspension.
Remember now, the Saints had this happen last year with Deontay Hardy. He got in some issues, and they didn't suspend him until later in the season. So I don't know how that's going to turn out legally, but once they look at the tape, he might get a game, 2, maybe 3, 4. I don't know, but he'll get maybe a game or 2, and it might be early or it might be at the end of the season.
Yeah, I guess it'll depend on the trial. I'm just curious because his presence is huge as far as or the outcome of our game. So
he's a problem. He always killed the Bucs. Ever since he's been drafted, he's been dissecting the Bucs. They have no answer for him. Overall, now there's a couple games that we did do some good against Kamara. Don't get me wrong,
and also, granted, that was with Drew Brees as quarterback too. So
right. So
I mean, it's different. It's a little bit different.
Look, I think the biggest concern for us is as far as the Bucs, looking at our team versus the Saints and comparing them. Both teams, new coaches, right? Bowles, Allen, defensive coordinators, now head coaches.
Still continuity. I mean, still
both still got the continuity. Bowles was DC, Allen was the DC. They both head coaches now, so you kind of keep that whole vibe going. All right.
Bowles has prior head coaching experience too, though. So
Allen does too.
Allen does too.
Oh, does he? Where was he?
Yeah, he's with the Raiders. They fired him quick.
Oh, shit. Right.
Well, they both flamed out at they kids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then you got everything else. Kind of, it's the same. The Saints made some moves. They got Marcus May. The Bucs picked up Logan Ryan. See how this is working out? It kind of mirroring each other. We kind of mirrored each other. It's gonna be fun, And then they picked up Honey Badger, right? That's kind of like a one-up on the Bucs, right? We one-up y'all.
We got Neil. We got Neil.
We got Keanu Neal, right?
Yeah.
Right. So and then we picked up Shaq Mason, right? We traded for him. And then
they drafted somebody.
They drafted Trevor Penning in the first round, left tackle, right? So we kind of matching, we matching and we seeing what they do. We seeing, they got Russell. We got Russell Gage, right? They picked up Olave. You know what I'm saying? So you can see the mirror match going on here. Yeah, you can literally see it. If you pay attention to the Bucs and Saints, what they're doing, you can literally see positioning themselves against each other. Like, okay, we gonna do this, they gonna do that, or we gonna do this, we gonna do that. It's gonna be two hell of a game. It's gonna be two really good games. National televised, I guarantee you. America's game of the week or
game Thursday night. Yeah.
It ain't gonna be no regular game. We know this, right? We gonna be ready. As a fan base, we gonna be ready. We're gonna always be ready, but on that field, they gotta get ready.
Are they gonna be ready, right?
Right, because I don't want to go through this again for the third straight year. I really don't. I just don't. I'm tired.
We just gotta win one. We gotta win.
We gotta split. We definitely gotta split one.
I think we will split, man, because we talk about comparing, but you gotta remember. Well, that 9-0 one that hurt because it was, but Drew Brees is a different animal as a quarterback, so I think that takes him down, offensively down a few notches. I really do.
Old Drew Brees, like he was pretty much washed,
I don't know. I think Jameis stayed a little bit more explosive.
Was a totally different quarterback. It's like
he was washed.
He's not accurate like Drew Brees is.
No, right. Jameis was eating us up. He was eating us up before he got hurt. Jameis was cooking before he got hurt.
Drew Brees is wild.
He wasn't really cooking. He was just running.
No. He
didn't cook us.
You're literally trying to say Drew Brees takes the Saints down a couple notches. We're talking about the end of Drew Brees' career.
like towards the end, he was hurt.
He was washed.
He was washed in.
So I'm trying to figure out how does that go?
Even though washed, Drew Brees is better than Jameis to me. That's just me.
Okay.
They, because his accuracy is still better.
But I mean, he don't take all over his
nobody's
that bad.
No threat, dog. He's no threat on the field at quarterback, man.
I mean, say what you will.
No, that's what the tape said. That's what I'm not saying that, but that's the tape.
I'm just saying, but
don't look at me.
Think about prime Drew Brees. Prime Drew Brees. When I look at them, I say the Saints are good on defensively, but we yet to see what they really will look like offensively.
Right, but it's
I think we're still better than them offensively. I think
we better offensively, but they got question marks now. A healthy Saints, with healthy Mike Thomas and an acclimated Chris Olave, Taysom Hill is pure tight end now. The Kamara situation. Like we don't know.
I mean, but how healthy is Michael Thomas going to be? I mean, look at D Hop. He's taking steroids. I mean, how old Michael Thomas?
Well, that's allegedly. That's not. I mean, he's fighting that.
Right, but how old is 28, 29? He's 29. Pushing that 30. And then, and
he hasn't played in 2 years. So we don't know how he's gonna look. Like question marks. But remember now, they put up 36 last year with no Michael Thomas.
Yeah.
So that's not. We can't play the semantics of changing words.
Was that was Drew Brees? Was that not Drew Brees?
No, man. Last year, man.
Oh, you talking about that one game? Yeah, that crazy.
Trevor Siemian looked good against.
Do that. You got to look at it like what did your eyes say? They put up 36 without Michael Thomas, no Winston for the last 3 quarters. So it's not like they can score on us. They proved that. You know what I'm saying? So we can play the little word game, but the Saints are a problem, whether we like it or not. You know what I'm saying? Like we could point out a player and say, well, that's a drop. They still putting up points and they still beating us. No matter how you cut it. You know what I'm saying? Just go watch the tape. It's not me. You know what I'm saying? It's not me saying this. The tape saying it. The Bucs are 1-7 against the Saints the last 8 games. It's not me. It's the tape. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, without a doubt, I don't disagree with you. I do not. That's a game I circle because if we can split with them, I'll be happy.
That's all I want, really.
The only teams I worry about are the Saints and the Rams. Those are the only teams that I worry about.
Well, okay. Well, this year's schedule is a little different. So but in general, like the top 2 teams I'm really concerned about are the Saints and the Rams. Like everybody else, I'm like, whatever, But the 2 teams I'm concerned about is the Saints and the Rams. Like it is what it is.
We played the Eagles this year. No. Are they on the schedule?
Nah, we played them last year. I don't think we played them this year.
But now there is some very tough games on the schedule this season.
Yeah, we got to play the Bengals. We got to play the Chiefs. Steelers. I'm not worried about Steelers. They ain't got no quarterback.
But what your girl said, the Saints and the Rams are automatic loss until they prove otherwise. I mean,
hey, and I don't hear no lies on that.
Facts over feelings.
Yeah,
those are the facts.
I don't hear no lies on that. They prove otherwise.
We can play semantics, but they beating us, man. Like we can play the word game all day long.
Ain't no word game. Ain't no word game, brother.
Like, a lot of us play the word game.
What's the division we play in the AFC? Is it the West?
No, North.
North.
Oh, we play the North. Okay.
So we got to see the Browns. We got to see the Browns. We got to see the Bengals. We got to see the Ravens.
All of them got good defenses. All of them got good defenses. Pass rush. All of them. So
yeah. The least of my worries are the Steelers because they don't have good offense, but they do got good defense.
We got to run the ball. Got to run the ball against those defenses. Like those guys. Like these ain't no run-of-the-mill defenses. It's not the Miami defense. It's not the Eagles defense. This is not the Panthers. I mean, like the teams that we blew out last season. These are teams that's over 500. They got really good defenses and pass rush. And what do the Bucs have problems with? The Rams proved that. The Saints proved that. The Bucs have problems with aggressive fronts. They just do. Where's the lie?
Ain't no lie. I mean, they had to come out. They got to be more committed to running the ball, man. That's what it boiled down to.
I think Todd Bowles is going to kind of switch it up a little bit, in my opinion. Like, I think he's going to kind of like change that 70-30, no risking, no biscuit, Brady slide, like throw the ball. Remember now, keep throwing the ball against those teams. It don't work out well. It don't. You got to run the ball. Fournette. Remember now, Fournette is a volume guy. 10 to 14 carries in those games ain't going to cut it. He needs like 20, 25, 26. Wear him down. Punch him in the mouth. Stop with this. I ain't doing nothing. We keep losing the games against the teams that matter. Stop that. Run the ball, man. I've been preaching this for 3 years now.
I'm sorry, I gotta stop you. I love when you do that, man.
They love doing that. They chuck it. I need all the records. I need all the records.
So let me ask you this. So with Bruce Arians no longer being the head coach, is no risk it, no biscuit done now?
No, it's modified because Leftwich and Tom Brady be running the offense for the most part. Well, he would probably run it last year too, Tom Brady.
Tom still want to be top five. Tom still want to be top 5 quarterback.
Well, I'm thinking the way they drafted, they're going to be concentrating on running the ball. That we have to.
50-50.
We have to. We can't be, man. We can't. We got to run the ball, man, because you got to protect your defense, right?
Yep.
If you know, your eyes will tell you, oh, we got a above average defense. No, not really. Not against the pass. We're like right below middle of the pack against pass defense. Mm-hmm. So if you and you know, we talk about this all the time. If there's a comparable, a decent quarterback, above average quarterback, that defense gets sliced up. we gonna stop the run.
Trevor Siemian had a field day against him.
Trevor Siemian. Yeah. Did you see that? Any other team besides the Buccaneers, that boy would look like a failure.
No, he came off the bench.
He looked like
he came off the bench. He came off the bench cold.
Off the bench cold. Throwing dots.
Remember when we played the Jets?
I ain't gonna lie. I was actually scared when he came off the bench. Cause like, dang, he finna tear us up. I'd rather him than James and I got hurt. I'd rather.
Mm-hmm. But remember when we played the Jets, Zach Wilson was scorching us too. I'm like, Zach Wilson? Are you kidding me?
I think we're going to be more physical this year. In my opinion, I think we're going to be physical. Chop 215. What you think about that, man? I know you just jumped in and.
Yeah, man. I was just listening. I just wanted to say I've been watching you for years, man. Like I appreciate what you do for the Bucs culture, man. Like real. I just want to give you your
first time in the locker room.
Yeah, definitely, man. I just been watching. I don't want to take y'all off topic or nothing like that, but I just want to know what y'all think about that Rashad White pick. And is he going to be another Rojo? Is he going to be?
Go ahead, Damien. You got that one. Damien, you got that. All right. That's
I don't know. I mean, I hope so. I mean, we know what I mean? Buck fam. I hope so. Keep praying hand emoji. But I know. Right now, it being the off season, the draft, everybody team optimistic. Everybody, like even Louis Riddick, everybody nice. He's the best. You know what I mean? And watching the draft, everybody the best this, the best that. I don't know. I mean, I know we got Giovanni Bernard, we got what's his name? Sneak, Keyshawn Vaughn. You know
So okay, Damien, give me this, Damien. Give me your projection for Rashad White. Give me your projection for him. What's your projection?
I never heard of. I mean, as I said, it's my bad because I don't watch college football, so I can't speak. I can't speak on them. So my first time hearing of them.
I never heard of them.
My first time hearing them.
Well, I'm just saying.
Draft.
I'm just saying. What would be a good season for Rashad White for him? Like just in general, like a general number. Like what would be good for him? Like that could justify like the Keyshawn Vaughn situation because
I mean. Big players make big plays in big games. That's all. Just show up when just do what you back there to do. Block for Brady when you back there to block. Catch the ball, don't fumble. Just do your job. That's all. Everything else.
Don't it seem like every year running backs in the second, third, fourth round, just there's a few of them that just he good. Like what the heck? Like every year seems to be like that.
I'm going to go on the limb and say this. I got Rashad White this season anywhere from 400 to 500 rush yards and about 200 to 300 yards receiving. Would that be good for him rookie year?
Yeah,
that's
really
that's second string running back.
That's really good.
I take it.
Well, look, y'all, look. I was about to say, I watched a little bit of his tape. The only team I really seen him tear up was USC. You know, they ain't what they used to be.
Yeah,
like,
I saw that tape too.
I ain't really see him tear nobody up. Like, you mean, like no SSC teams, none of that. Like, so I just wanted to know what y'all think. That's all.
I mean, look,
he can only play. They can only play who they play. So I mean, as long as he performed, I've seen that tape against USC too. Yeah, he looked sharp, but I mean, that ain't saying much.
Third round pick for running back expectations.
Right, yeah. I feel you.
Jason Light drafted him in the third round based off his combine, though. I think that's what that was. It was based off his combine, why he kind of reached for. Because I think Rachaad White would have been in the fourth round, to be honest. But I think just looking at his combine, I think that's what made Jason Light say, all right, let me go ahead and get this dude in the third round.
Well, he can catch. He got. He used to be a receiver.
I got a feeling.
So now we're not predictable, right? Like last few years, you put Rojo in there, you kind of know what's going to happen. You know, Rojo
He did have some impressive catches. I will say that. For a running back,
I got a feeling there's going to be a couple of running backs drafted after Rachaad White that's going to turn out good. I just got a feeling.
Obviously,
yeah. Oh yeah,
we're not talking about them. We're not talking about them. We're talking about Rachaad White.
Saying though,
what he gonna do?
Here's his one. Here's his one. Zamir White might be another. Isaiah Spiller.
Brian Robinson.
I got a feeling.
No, I don't know Brian Robinson because he with the red. He with the.
He played with Alabama. Number 4 for Alabama. He's just a good solid running back. He ain't nothing like he's not. He don't have breakaway speed.
He over there with Antonio Gibson though. He over there with Gibson, so he might not outshine Rachaad White though. Gibson still won't get.
Rachaad White has an opportunity to be productive. Has a very good opportunity to be productive in as a number 2. Like, let's be real. Like, Keyshawn Vaughn ain't scaring nobody.
Right.
He's not. That's why preseason gonna be very important for Rachaad White. I'm gonna watch training camp closely. I'm gonna watch that little competition right there. I'm gonna watch that a little bit more closely in the training camp. I'm gonna watch for the reports and what they seeing. You know, I want to see because I want to know if he's outshining him. All right, Keyshawn, you can't return kicks. You ain't good at that. What are you good at? What are you good at? What are you good at, Keyshawn Vaughn? What are you good at?
But look, y'all, I'm about to jump back out because I got something to do, but I'm gonna jump back on YouTube and finish watching the video. But I just wanted to say, Buckles, bro, you be on point, bro. They went D-line, O-line, you mean? I'll be hearing you say D-line, O-line, D-line.
The trenches, man. Yeah,
I mean, trenches. And that's what I like, man. I kind of was a little about that lineman they got because it was a couple people on the board that I liked it over him, the tackle. And man, I'm just
brother, you ain't
watching,
the only
bro.
one.
I'm subscribed. I'm definitely love.
You locked in, man,
channel, bro.
You locked in.
And I like when you do the Jason Garrett clap too, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm about to just jump out.
All right, take care, man.
Top 215, man. Appreciate you coming in, man.
All right, bro. Much love.
Be easy. But yeah, folks. I mean, look.
Man, to go back to that though, that old Luka Decky, man, like over Ed Ingram, like really? Oh my God, man! Watch how Ed Ingram. I don't want to talk about
Jameer Sayre, the Georgia guard.
Parham
from Memphis.
Whoo!
I'm just saying, man. Look, I like the pick, the position, but the player.
It's the player.
The player in question, man.
I think it's the versatility, man. That's why, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think it must be some plug and play. Maybe they could, in case of injury, fill in for somebody that goes down. You know, the O-line.
Well, you're gonna be competing. I mean, it's a 3-way competition, right?
So remember now,
and Leverett.
we just said if Rachaad White can't beat out Keyshawn Vaughn in training camp, that's a red flag. If Luke Gadecki can't beat out Aaron Stinney
or Robert Hainsey,
like, bruh, what we doing here, man? Because at least Alex Kappa came in, he started playing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying.
Who he replaced? I forget.
Who? Which one?
Alex Kappa.
Shaq Mason. Shaq Mason.
Prior to Kappa being there, who was he replacing?
It was
Caleb cannot block.
Yeah. Caleb cannot block. So at least Kappa came in. Kappa was drafted in the was it the third
or fourth, right?
Yeah.
Third round.
Kappa came in, boom, like, you know, he was ready to play. Like they put him in there. And,
but when that based off his Senior Bowl game, because he like killed in the Senior Bowl too.
But that's what. But see, Luke Gadecki got to be like that. You can't come in as a second round picking, because there's gonna be a lot of guards drafted around him that was drafted around him and after him playing. So he got to play. Ain't no, well, it's a red shirt season. No, you a second round guard. Get your butt in there and figure it out. You got the talent. You were drafted in the second round. The staff believe in you. You were drafted in the second round. Second round picks are no, well, we just draft. No. You in there. No, look, no offense to Aaron Stinney. Luke Gadecki got to start. You got to start, fam. Now, I mean, maybe not right away, but at some point this season, you need to be a starter. Your ceiling is higher as a second round pick. Aaron Stinney is an undrafted free agent. And how many undrafted free agent linemen you know?
Starting.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, Robert Hainsey, his ceiling is higher than Aaron Stinney.
Yes.
Because he was drafted the third round.
Yes.
Last season. So
yes. One of them two got to start at left guard. And remember, even while they starting, left guard going to still be a problem.
I mean, when we were drafting, we weren't really. Were we drafting starting talent though? I mean, or was it for depth as well as for the future? Because I mean, we already had a Super Bowl roster.
It's win now.
We had a Super Bowl roster. We got
Tom Brady. It's win now. I mean, they trying to draft for the future, but they trying to win now. You got a window. We got a window because the NFC is weak right now, very weak.
That's it, right?
It's only 3 top teams, maybe 4. That's the Rams, the Bucs, Green Bay, and the 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the Cardinals.
That's it right now. That's it. Like this is the last year. This is
the window to win it.
This the squeeze right here. This the last bit of the
last juice.
Man, come on, man. Come on, guys. I need this juice, man. Because remember, when Brady retired, look at us. Oh, well, we go. Brady retired. But Kyle Trask. We got to get Baker Mayfield. We got to get Russell Wilson. We got to get Deshaun Watson. We got to get somebody. Like, they was all over the place. Like, Patty, it's happening. It's happening. Like, we was like bad out of hell. Like, they were scared. Like, a lot of Bucs fans were scared. Like, they was like, oh man. And everybody outside of the Bucs community was like, ha, y'all finna fall back and be trash. And of course, we're gonna fight it off. Like, as Bucs fans, we're gonna defend our team. Like, you crazy. You're crazy. We're gonna get 10.
Nice.
We're gonna get 10 wins with Kyle Trask. But deep down, I know some of us was like,
Blaine Gabbert.
Blaine Gabbert. I know deep down, some of the Bucs fans was like, man, we gonna get 7 wins with Kyle Trask? Like, let's be real.
You can't beat out Blaine Gabbert.
I think if he was still here, he'd have messed around, and then Brady did retire. He would have tried to start Blaine Gabbert. He would have did that crap.
Call Trask.
I'd rather have Trash.
Isaiah, you laughing at me. But I'm telling y'all now, that's why that Jones pick, that Travis Jones, I was hoping that we get him. Because then we could have moved up in the draft next year and got a quarterback. But now we got to go D-line next year again. I think Kyle Trask is going to be the starter next year. And it's just time for Bucs fans to just get behind it. Now, me personally, I don't know what he's gonna be. I don't know what he's gonna do. I don't know what he's gonna be. If we would have drafted Kellen Mond, I'd have been saying the same thing. I'm just supporting the next young guy. Because I know Brady is next.
Well, I mean, if you look at it, Cal Trask. Well, if you look at it, Cal Trask, I mean, you kind of got to go with him because if not, it's a wasted pick in the second round.
Right. You got
right.
to. Yeah.
Right. So that's what I'll be saying. I mean, I know I joke a lot, but just on the up and up, I ain't going to lie, man. Now, I heard everybody saying about this guy playing in this week inside the, you know what I'm saying? They were playing up against these weak teams. Kyle Trask played in the XCC. You can't take that from him. You can't take what he did inside of college. Now, I don't know what he's going to do in the NFL. He might suck. But, man, when we didn't drafted Travis Jones, see, I would have been, man, next year we can move up and get a quarterback. But now we got to go on the offensive tackle again. I'm going to be honest with you, bro. This to me, Logan Hall was like the best pick. Because when they drafted that tight end / fullback, I don't know why people like him so much. I mean, I'm being real. I don't know why people like him so much. And we could have had Travis Jones before we drafted him. So that's why I be saying that.
But that would have been nasty, man.
I just get behind the team. That's me. I know I ain't now one of these guys that, well, oh my God, if it ain't Brady, then everything is over with. That's not me, man. I support the Bucs, man.
Man, can you imagine though? Travis Jones, Vita Vea, and Logan Hall in that D line. Oh
man, I'm still mad. I'm still mad we didn't get Jones.
Well, it could have been Perion Winfrey, Logan Hall, and Vita Vea.
Yeah.
That's my point, man. I know I mean, like I said, I know I talk a lot about Trash. I know I do. But I just support the young man because, and then I was listening. I mean, we have to be real, bro. Jameis Winston, man. Say, man, he was beating the brakes off us, dog.
I told you.
To be honest, man.
Jameis
was tearing up the ball. Now, I know everybody hating, and man, everybody like, oh, because, man, they hate so much. Oh, man, it wasn't him. Say, that team was 5-2 when that dude was actually starting. And I get it. I get it, man. We don't want to do another Steve Young type of stuff. We don't want to be another Steve Young. Say, man, we got to keep it real. Well, baby. Yeah, go play.
Hey, how y'all feel about the tight end room if Brunk don't come back? I don't think he's coming back.
I ain't scared.
I think it's lacking. I think it's lacking. That room lacking.
I mean,
I like Cade Otton, though. I like Cade Otton.
Are we going to just cover it up somehow? Try to cover it up.
I mean, you got like dudes like Jeremy Chin sticking them. I mean, like, can he beat like the top tier safeties in our division? You know what I mean? Like,
oh no,
you know, Cade Otton, what's his name? Can he get separation from you know, like the safeties is like corners. The linebackers is like safeties. So
can he get
one of the top things that I was hoping to be on our team. So it was him, Trey McBride, and Isaiah Likely. Those are the three tight ends that I was looking at. So I got one of them. So I'm good.
Oh, I think he's gonna be good.
I think he's solid.
I just wonder after we took Hall, what did we not like about the rest of the D linemen as an organization? Because they was there and we skipped over them. Do we know why we did that?
That's a good question.
Because they was
I think Jason White fell into the pressure.
Like something about Perion Winfrey because we all wanted Winfrey. He was there. They went over him twice. So there's
Perion Winfrey, he didn't get drafted to the 4th round.
Went to the Browns, a good D line too.
The Browns. Oh,
on the Browns line, he ain't even gonna be starting over there. He'll be rotating.
But he's gonna be soaking up all that talent.
To hear Light tell it, we got everybody we wanted.
You know Say, man.
We also talked about the running back. How we feel about that? The running back we got.
I just hope that man, we be a running team this year. I want us to pound that rock, man. Man, look here. I like old school football. I get all the passes and all that.
He's good between the tackles, and he can, he got great cutback, but he doesn't away speed like that. But
let's pound the rock.
To really do that anyway, so it don't really matter. And once you get like 10 yards down the field, they just gonna stop chasing you anyway. So everybody like they got breakaways. Nobody runs you all the way down. You know, if you get 10, 20 yards, all right, he gone. Don't worry about it. So I think the first he'll be all right.
Yeah, I mean, man, he might do something though. You know, I give everybody a chance.
Oh,
because all these Georgia guys,
he gonna have to, because we know Leonard Fournette gonna get a hamstring at some point. He's gonna have something.
Yeah,
no question.
Oh my God! But that's why I'm gonna tell you, man, the way, man, I view the draft. I view the draft like this. I don't know what none of them dudes is gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what none of them gonna do. Every year, it's somebody just come from nowhere. I remember when T.O. came out. I remember when a whole lot of these other guys come out. We don't know what they're going to do. All them Georgia people and everybody going crazy. But see, the only difference is now you ain't playing up against no 18-year-old kids no more. Exactly. Now, man, you playing up against grown men. And now you don't have a 5-star sitting next to you. You know what I mean? He might not be as good as the dude was when you played in college.
Listen, there's at least probably about 10, 12 Hall of Fame players in this draft that didn't get drafted in the first 2 rounds, I would say.
And I agree.
Hall of Famers. I know we probably all won't be together, but I want to look like 15 years down the line, see who came out in the 2022 draft that's going to be going into the Hall of Fame and where they was drafted at. Most guys in the Hall of Fame was not first round.
Because they went to good teams. See, they was able to go to them good teams. That's like Fletcher Cox. Now, I don't know what year that he was drafted, but I think he went undrafted, didn't he?
No. Fletcher Cox got drafted.
What year? I mean, man, what round?
What round? He was the first rounder.
He was the first rounder?
Temple.
Oh, yeah, but Philly, yeah. Fletcher Cox was the first rounder.
What about the other dude from Kansas City? The D tackle of Kansas City.
First round.
He was the first round too?
Yeah, Chris Jones, first round. Yeah, Fletcher Cox was the 12th pick.
He was the 12th pick to the
Yeah.
Eagles. Okay, so he was the 12th pick. But I'm just saying, man, I go by what they do when they come to that NFL. I don't because Trevor Lawrence, we don't know what that dude gonna do. Now see the media, they ain't gonna beat him up because that's their baby.
Exactly.
Now, Isaiah, man, let's be honest. When Jameis second year came around, it was okay. Now, man, he have to take the next step.
Exactly.
Now it's Trevor Lawrence, and you don't hear nothing about a next step. You don't hear that. You didn't hear that.
Scapegoat. He had a scapegoat. He had a scapegoat with Urban Meyer.
Yeah. Now he ain't got that no more though. Let's see what you can do.
And the other scapegoat was Travis Etienne getting hurt.
Mm-hmm.
That was
Tebow.
Mm-hmm.
What's the name? Or Tebow.
Tebow. No, Tebow won the NFL though. Now he was ugly.
I'm saying that tight end. When he was in Jacksonville, he was a tight end and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, but he won though. But I'm just
distractions.
saying, man, I just want the Bucs fans, bro, man. We got to stop this here. Killing these players, man. Before these dudes even was half a chance.
Well, Keyshawn Vaughn, no.
So do you think that Keyshawn? You think he's done?
It's Roger Craig.
Right?
No.
Yes, he is.
No.
You made him take
The locker room is now clear.
The
locker room is now cleared out.
Nah, man, Keyshawn Vaughn suck, man. It's over.
What could Keyshawn Vaughn do to not be like, oh my God, that was a good pick, because he ain't gonna never be that. But what could he do, in your opinion, to be a respectable pick this season?
Man, go back to Pop Warner. Nah, I'm playing. I don't know.
Listen,
I don't know, dog. That dude.
Aim or two that. Now he was running that thing. Now don't do that. But
that's what I'm saying. He had a game last year. Was it the Jets when he got his carries?
I could have ran against the Jets though. I could have ran against them.
Brent, how many? Let me ask you this, Brent.
I'm 43, and I could have ran against them, man.
How many successful running backs in the NFL came out of Vanderbilt? Come on, I mean let's keep it 100.
Yeah, how many?
Let's keep it a buck.
But see, I don't even go off that. You know what I don't? Because name me a great quarterback that came out of Texas Tech, other than Patrick Mahomes. So that's why I don't go.
Wait. We could do this all day.
That's what I'm saying.
We can nitpick all day.
All day.
We can nitpick all day.
All day. That's just like.
You heard what he said, Isaiah. Lex Roger Craig. You heard what he said.
I didn't hear it. Nope, I didn't.
Nah, man, I'm playing around.
I didn't hear it.
Let's go back to the Winston area. Remember how at the end of the season, the 30 for 30 season, this was out there playing hurt and doing all that. He had no hand and all that. He shouldn't even been playing, right?
Yeah.
How much of that are we putting on Arians for letting them do it, or are we putting on Jameis for being a competitor?
I think we put it on Arians. Man, dude, the only thing I ever wanted to see with Jameis Winston is just give him a running game. That's all. Man, it was too many games there, man. I've seen that all we had to do was run the ball, kill the clock, and we didn't. And man, we had him throwing the ball 50 times up the field, and then if he throw one pick, and let's be honest,
man, that one pick was the first drive of the game, though. It was like the first play. It was too many. It was too many times. It was
Remember
the first play of the game.
Seahawks game, 21-3. 21-3. We was winning. Where was the running game? Why not run the ball, kill the clock, throw some shorter passes? Why not do that? And see, that's what I'm saying. I know a lot of people, I'm gonna be honest. It's a lot of Bucs fans. They don't want to see Winston ball out because we don't want to see another Steve Young. I'm with you. I'm with you on that part.
Man, I love to see him ball. I don't want to see him ball for the Saints, though. He can ball
but at
anywhere
the same time, but see, I don't care me because he ain't a Buc no more. But I'm just saying, far as in, we have to start getting behind these dudes, man. We can't just keep saying this dude trash and then, man, you'll start getting fans hoping that they fail. You know what I mean? To where, man, they start nitpicking like they did Winston, bro. I ain't gonna lie, man. It was a lot of them games. They nitpicked the hell out of Jameis Winston.
Blame Matt Gay.
Matt Gay?
Yeah, blame Matt Gay. It's his fault. He missed all them kicks.
Okay, then let me ask you this: What about the Bucs defense back then? What about that defense back then?
I mean, they didn't have a recruitment that they have now. I mean, they had like, who was it? Gino, some man that died. They had all these. The dude that died.
Gino Hayes.
Gino Hayes. They had a Quincy Black dude that broke his neck. Yeah, I mean, they had a bunch of hardship motherfuckers out there.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying though, dude. It was a lot of, Winston took the fall for a lot of
fall guy. He was the fall guy for sure.
He was the fall guy. I mean, he was the fall, and that's just because the media hated him so much, and I get it. Because I even seen inside the draft, they was begging the Saints to please take a quarterback. Mel Kife and all them. Yeah, man, this is gonna be a quarterback right here. Because they just, that's that media junk. That's why I don't do that old media crap. Because man, they be phoning me. I mean, you know what I'm saying, man?
They got an agenda or a narrative. Yeah, they got
see, man, you know what I'm saying, man? They be phoning. But I just say, man, just some Bucs fans, bro. I root for Kyle Trask because I want to see him ball because, man, I'm tired of drafting darn quarterbacks. And, man, I don't want to be every single year. Well, maybe we can go get Brock.
About Brady.
Man, we should have went to a D tackle, man. We should have went two defensive players in the trenches. We should have went two because, boy, I'll tell you what. Because the way it's looking, I think Trask probably, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna probably be the starter coming into next year.
So real quick, what y'all think about in Germany? We're gonna close this out. Seahawks in Germany.
Germany. I don't know, because I don't know Germany time and all that. And what when that game is gonna be.
9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, November 13th.
I think
I don't like it.
I think it's a game we should win. It's a game we should win.
I don't like it.
Against who we playing.
We don't play good overseas. It just goes to show you. Them London games that we play, we suck.
I mean, that was when we had like Josh. That's when we had Josh Freeman and Josh.
I don't care. History shows it. I don't want no more overseas games.
Yeah, I don't really like them overseas games, dude. But I gotta tell you, man, I can't wait to when the season starts, man.
Well, gentlemen, let's close this out and closing remarks on the Bucs draft. What's your draft grade again, Damien, on the Bucs draft class?
I mean, I'll give it a C plus, B minus, sort of. You know what I mean?
Young Deezy, what's your grade?
C.
Okay. Brent, what's your grade for the draft class?
I give it a D.
Damn.
That boy harsh.
Andy Weezy, what's your draft grade as we close this video out?
I'm gonna give it a B plus.
B plus, okay. Well,
I'll give it a D because of one person, man. Because we should have went
the punter,
the defensive tackle, and then man, that darn punter and that fullback, that redhead dude.
That punter gonna help our defense out a lot. Just remember I said that.
Yeah, but man, we got Tom Brady, man. We scope. According to Bucs fans, we got Brady. We didn't have to punt.
Maybe that was one of the future picks we just was talking about.
Well, my grade was a C plus. Like I said, I understood the picks and the reason behind the picks. I just thought there was better players, but it remains to be seen. A question mark. So we'll see in training camp and the reports and in preseason. So stand by, folks. So don't forget next week the schedule release date for the schedules will be released next Thursday, May 12th. I will do a live stream for that 7 o'clock my time, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and of course the rest over there in the West.
Hey, Germany?
Huh?
Which one of y'all going to Germany to watch him play?
I asked that earlier. I don't think nobody going.
I would if I could.
But
I can't, so I ain't.
So with that being said, gentlemen, I thank you for joining the locker room. I appreciate it. I had to do a recap of the draft class 2022 of 2022 question marks. But we'll see. With that being said, gentlemen, y'all enjoy y'all weekend. Be safe out there. If you're outside, the weather is good. Spring is here. Summer around the corner. So I want y'all to fire those cannons.
Football games tomorrow for my kids.
Seize the day. Raise the flag. Hashtag no risk it, no biscuit. Hashtag facts over feelings. Hashtag bombs away. Hashtag stay humble. Hashtag probability versus possibility. Hashtag what your eyes tell you. And hashtag Super Bowl or bust.
I got another hashtag for you, Isaiah.
Yo, sorry for cussing, man. My bad.
Oh, I got another hashtag for you, Isaiah. Don't get mad at me.
All right.
Y'all have a good one, man.
All right, y'all.